What's going on, people? I want to talk about something that doesn't make sense to me. The contrast in how we treat different medical conditions. Well, take addiction and diabetes, for instance. Both are serious, chronic conditions requiring ongoing treatment. But the access to that treatment, worlds apart. Like, I've heard about how readily available methadone is for opioid addiction, often free or low cost, through government programs. This accessibility can be a game changer for those struggling with addiction, providing them with a chance to rebuild their lives. It's a lifeline for many, no doubt. These programs offer not just medication but also counseling and community support, which are essential for holistic recovery. But then you look at insulin, essential for diabetics, and it's become outrageously expensive. The disparity in access to life-saving medications is alarming. People are rationing, risking their health. It's infuriating. The high cost of insulin forces many to make impossible choices, jeopardizing their well-being and quality of life. Well, that brings us to the role of government in healthcare. The government plays a crucial part in shaping the healthcare landscape. They are responsible for deciding how much funding goes into different areas of healthcare, setting priorities, and ensuring that the healthcare system runs smoothly. They decide funding, set priorities, and right now, it seems like those priorities are questionable. There are ongoing debates and protests about how the funds are being allocated. Many people feel that the current priorities do not address the most pressing health issues adequately. Questionable how? What are the specific areas where the priorities seem misaligned with the public's needs? We're pouring money into addiction treatment, which has its merits, reducing crime and social problems. Addiction treatment is essential as it helps individuals recover and reintegrate into society, ultimately reducing the burden on the criminal justice system. But diabetes is a public health crisis too. It affects millions of people and requires constant management and resources. Untreated, it leads to devastating complications, costing the system a fortune in the long run. The long-term costs of managing diabetes complications can be astronomical, putting a significant strain on the healthcare system. I see. It's clear that the allocation of resources needs to be carefully considered to address both immediate and long-term health challenges effectively. Insulin costs have tripled in the last decade. Millions are rationing, putting their lives at risk. The cost of diabetes to the U.S. healthcare system? Over $327 billion annually. Wow. And what about the cost of methadone programs? Significant, but arguably less than the long-term costs of untreated addiction. But where's the comparable investment in affordable insulin? It's a broken system, clearly. We need to rethink our priorities, demand a system that values all lives equally. Affordable access to essential medications regardless of the condition. So what can we do? We need to ask the tough questions. It's not just about identifying the problems, but also about finding sustainable solutions that can make a real difference in people's lives. Why is free methadone easier to get than affordable insulin? This disparity highlights a significant flaw in our healthcare system, one that demands immediate attention and action. What message are we sending? Are we saying that some lives are more valuable than others? This is a question we must confront head-on. Are we truly committed to equitable healthcare? If so, we need to show it through our actions, policies, and the way we allocate resources. This is a fundamental right. Healthcare should not be a privilege for the few, but a basic right for all. Right, it's about a system that works for everyone. A system that doesn't discriminate based on income, race, or any other factor. Exactly. It's time to reevaluate our healthcare priorities, demand a system that truly cares for all its citizens. We need to push for reforms that ensure everyone has access to the care they need. I agree. We must come together as a community to advocate for these changes. It's time for a change. Let's make our voices heard and work towards a future where healthcare is truly accessible for all.